I'm about to do something potentially scary. I'm about to get into bed. You know, it could be a nice, comfortable reading experience, or I could fall asleep. And if you've seen any of my reading vlogs before, you will know that it happens quite frequently. Hey guys, what's up? It's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, and if you've come back, thank you so much. Welcome to Bookmas day number 10, everybody. I am super excited. I'm loving doing all these videos for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying them as well. Today, you guys, we are doing a reading vlog, and when I was planning my Bookmas content, one of the very first videos that I wrote down was to do a 24-hour reading vlog, but only reading Christmas books for 24 hours. I think it could be super fun in the lead up for Christmas. I put these little scrunchies on my hair, and I think I can't stand them now, so maybe I'll take them off. Anyways, guys, if you saw yesterday's video, which was every single book that I've given 5 stars to in 2024 so far, I sort of like told you guys I was coming down with something, and I was, you know, having a yap like this. I am definitely coming down with something. Yesterday I just woke up with like the worst sore throat, and then overnight I was so stuffy. Let's just say, you guys, I did not sleep a wink last night. I was so congested all night, and then I was like getting body aches everywhere, and I said, oh, I have only ever had full body aches with one thing. So I went and tested myself this morning, and I have COVID, which is just wonderful. Just before Christmas having COVID, which is just great. So needless to say, I was going to be spending most of the day in bed today anyways. But I thought, you know, why not make the best of a sticky situation, you know what I mean? So I thought, considering I got to lock myself in my room for 24 hours anyways, or maybe more than that, let's do it together. So if you guys are going to use this time to read some Christmassy books, you should as well. I've got a nice pile here. This is all from my TBR. I believe some of them are not. I just bought them like after I did the TBR. Just to sort of tell you where we're starting off, I did start A Merry Little Meet Cute by, this is Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. I'm on page 62 on my Kindle, so I did start reading that over on my Kindle. I'll probably continue that. I just love, like the last couple of weeks, I have been loving the e-reader. And also because I bought this one secondhand, it has mold on the bottom. So I'm trying to just like keep this away from everything else. But we do have some really good selections in here. We've got like Love Light Farms, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. We've got The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. Obviously rereading potentially A Court of Frost and Starlight. And I've also got some really good novellas on my Kindle. Anyway, guys, it is just about to turn 8 o'clock. So what I'm going to be doing, because I'm obviously like sick, I'm going to be reading from 8 o'clock this morning till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. If I do take breaks or whatever, if you guys have seen my 24-hour reading vlogs in the past, you will know I really struggle to read for the entire 24 hours. But like I said, this video is how many Christmas books can I read in 24 hours. Right, so from 8 o'clock today to 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna get into bed, crank the AC because it's really hot today, and then we're gonna get back into A Merry Little Meet Cute. So without further ado, guys, let's get comfy, let's get cozy, and let's get right on into the video. Okay guys, so I'm about to start continue I should say, A Merry Little Meet Cute. It is 10 past 8 now. Like I was saying in the intro, I have read about 70 pages of this. So this is a super interesting and cute concept. So basically this is like about a cute little Christmassy movie that's being filmed. It's called like Duke the Halls or something. And basically this like TV producer, when he's like about to start working on this project, his leading lady and a bunch of the crew members, they get into like an accident at a music festival or something. So literally like within a day's notice, they can't do the film anymore. So he's like, oh gosh, I have to find somebody to do this film. And he ends up showing, you know, the casting director and stuff like a few headshots, and she ends up choosing this lovely girl called B to do the show. And Teddy, the producer, is a little bit hesitant at first, and the reason is because B is actually a very famous spicy online performer, if that makes sense. She's never really done like movies before, like Hallmark movies. But nonetheless, the casting director's like, I want her, she needs to be in the film, I don't care. So he ends up hiring her, and she's starring alongside this guy called Nolan, who is like a very famous ex-boy band member who, one, she's had a massive crush on for her entire life, and B, he watches her videos all the time. So that's sort of the concept of this one so far, and they're obviously both going to be co-starring in this film together. So I'm going to continue reading. I don't really have too many thoughts on it at the moment, but I will update you when I do. Alrighty, you guys. First little check-in of the day. I have my little cup full of electrolytes. I had to because, you know, when you're sick, you need electrolytes. But now I worry I'm just going to drop it all over the bed. Maybe I'll just like put it there. Anyways, guys, it is now 9:42 a.m. I will be honest, I took a little 20-minute power nap because, like I told you guys, I didn't really sleep last night. And with COVID, I guess it just knocks you around. But I'm on page 122 of A Merry Little Meet Cute. So far, I just think there's like nothing too special about it. It's pretty like fast-paced, which is cute. It's a bit of like a will they, won't they sort of thing at the moment. Both of them are like trying to fight the urge or fight the connection, you know what I mean? But you know, it's just a cute little Christmas cheesy novel at the moment. Like nothing too special. I'm hoping like by the halfway point, I'll get a better understanding if I'm enjoying it / if I want to finish it. I don't know. My Kindle says I've got like 2.5 hours left of reading for the whole book, which is kind of good. So it is, like I said, quick to get through. I'm hoping now I can just like stay up for a little bit longer, read, and see where we get. I do have to say as well, in this town, I'll show you the book because there's a map in the front of the book. There's a map, which usually you don't get in romance books, let alone Christmas books. There's all these different places. And basically because they're filming in this small town, they're using all these different like shops and things as either like costume departments or makeup trailers and things like that. So every time they're like in a different spot, the chapter title is like where they are in the town. Like, and so that's like in the toy shop. I just thought that was so cute. All right, guys, it is 11:36 and I've decided to take a break because I'm so hungry and I want to have some lunch. But I am 276 pages into A Merry Little Meet Cute. So about the 70% mark. I'm flying through this. Like, it's such an easy read. The spice is crazy. I always forget that Sierra Simone just writes really, really, really good spice. But yeah, look, it's delivering on all the fronts that a rom-com Hallmark type of Christmas book is supposed to. It's fun. Nothing life-changing, but the spice is great. So I am gonna go get some Mexican food because I'm so hungry. I feel like I could eat an entire village and then we'll come back and we'll read some more. I'm sure you guys have like an equivalent to this in the States, but we have this Mexican place called Guzmán y Gomez in Australia. And basically you can get like a burrito bowl, but instead of the rice, you can actually get chips underneath. So it's like a nacho fries burrito bowl and it is so delicious. It's like totally what I was craving today. I'm so excited. Look how good that looks. Oh. Okie dokie, everybody. It is 2:45. You guys can't see that. And I have just finally finished the first book for today. So I've finally finished A Merry Little Meet Cute. I can take this out now. Oh god. I just finished this book and I don't know, I feel a little bit like mixed on it. So I think with a lot of Christmas books I've noticed, the front half is definitely stronger than the back. And I'm like the firmest believer that a Christmas book should not be more than 300 pages. Like, I just think like if you are pushing it past that, that's too much. 350 at the most, like 350 pages is like pushing it. But every Christmas book I feel should be under 300 pages because what do you really have to say that is going to be able to substantially like fill out a plot, you know what I mean? And that's where I felt like this one fell into a trap. So this book is 412 pages. So super long, and I found myself in the back end just being really, really bored because probably for the last 30% of the book, it was like this one plot which I can't stand, by the way, one plot that I can't stand that gets thrown at the end, but it was just drawn out for so long and we were just going in circles. And I was reading on my Kindle and I had to like double back and be like, am I rereading the same pages? Like, am I like accidentally going backwards instead of forwards? Like, I just felt like I was reading the same thing over and over and over again, like literally just so the authors could like get to that 400 page mark. And I just think it's so unnecessary, which is unfortunate because I actually think this book was like really cute and funny and the spice was really good. I truly think it could have been like done in 300 pages. The back end was just like pulling teeth out and I just like didn't care. I kind of just wanted it to be over because it was so long. So I don't really know how I feel about the book yet. At the moment, it's bouncing between a 2.5 and a 3 star because, like I said, it was like enjoyable to some extent, but I was just so frustrated in the back end that, yeah, I was just kind of like, why are we having this book be so long? I'll come back to you at the end of the video, but at the moment, we are definitely between a 2.5 and a 3 star. And then for spice, probably like a 2.5 chili spice. The spice was really good in this book. Okay, so because it's almost 3 o'clock, I kind of want to like just start getting nice and cozy. Funnily enough, it's like literally about to probably rain here, so the vibes are gonna be nice. Because I'm obviously sick, I kind of want to just quickly take like a 45-minute power nap, or maybe like half an hour power nap, have like a shower, get cozy, turn my like Christmas lights on and stuff like that. And then when I'm done with that, we can look at like what I'm thinking of starting next, because I've got a few ideas in mind. Guys, it is a little bit later in the day. It is 5:51. I had to do a little bit of editing before after I had my shower because I totally forgot that I had to do the TikToks for Bookmas. I thought I would jump on so that we could talk about what I'm looking at reading next. So I've got a couple of ideas because I think what I want to do is I want to read another physical book before it gets too late in the night, and I want to sort of save the ones that I have on my Kindle for later in the night. So I'll just tell you what I'm thinking of reading anyway. So I think I'm gonna start Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This is a physical obviously, but it's nice and short. It's 300 pages just. So I think if I start this now, it'll be good because, like, as I said, as it gets later in the night, I will want to be in bed with my Kindle. So I'm keen to read this one. This one I know is set at obviously like a Christmas tree farm. I believe this is also childhood friends to lovers, fake dating potentially too, which could be a nice little change of pace from a Merry Little Meet Cute. And then on my Kindle, I've got a couple of Christmas novellas that I'm so excited to get to. So the first one that I have is Big Nick Energy. This is by Morgan Elizabeth. This is really short. I think it's like 190 pages, but apparently it's so cute. I really want to give that a go. I've also got My December Darling by Lauren Asher, which is a very highly anticipated one for me and a lot of people I think too. And then the third one that I have is 'Tis the Season for Revenge, which is another Morgan Elizabeth. If you guys saw my last 24-hour reading vlog, you'll see that I actually did like discover my first Morgan Elizabeth book. I just love how she writes. I think she's just like the perfect rom-com fluffy writer, so I'm excited to read more of her Christmas books as well. So yeah, what I'm gonna do now, I think I'm going to start Love Light Farms. This is a very like anticipated one for me as well. If you guys saw my TBR video, you'll know that this one's been on my shelf for over a year. So I think I bought this just before Christmas last year and I obviously didn't get around to it. So it was definitely a very high priority for this Christmas. So I've got my little, like you guys probably saw, I got my Christmas ambience on my laptop. I've got a chamomile tea with some honey in it, and we're gonna get comfy and cozy and get into this. Guys, I sat down to read and then one of my friends called me and we were on the phone for 45 minutes. And I hung up and I was like, how long was I talking to him for? 45 minutes. I'm gonna start this now, I promise. How cute. I didn't show you guys this, but look at my cute like Stranger Things Christmas lights. I know they're not Stranger Things Christmas lights, but to me, every time I see the multicolored Christmas oh, the delirium is starting, guys. Anyways, let's get into the book. I just have to document this because it's so funny. So I have taken a break. I've read some pages. I have read 20 pages. What I'll say about this before I move on to what I was having to document. Friends to lovers will do it for me every single time. I know that's like such an unpopular opinion. Like people love enemies to lovers. Friends to lovers does it for me every time, especially if it's childhood friends, but when they have like a deep emotional connection. I don't like when like friends to lovers starts off as like you open the book, they meet each other, they become friends, and then the relationship progresses. I like when, as I said, it's either childhood friends to lovers, pre-established, or they're friends already when the book opens. They've been friends for a few years when the book opens, so it's pre-established. It's just so delicious. So I'm so excited for this. Like I said, this is fake dating. So what the premise of the book is you have Stella and you have Luca. So Stella owns a Christmas tree farm. It's not really doing very well this year. So she's entered this competition with this very like famous influencer who will like come and give the farm a bit of exposure. Anyway, she ends up like winning it or something. But her application that she wrote for the prize, she said that she has a boyfriend that she owns the farm with. So she's now like going, who the heck am I going to ask to be my boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend. So I'm going to ask my best friend. So that's super cute so far. I feel like I'm going to fly through this. But what I just have to document because it's making me laugh. I just went on Twitter for a little bit just to like break up the, you know, there was like a tweet that went out today. Netflix on, I think Netflix UK posted this photo. They must have done like a little spread of like all the Netflix like different characters being like, this is where this person lives, but this is like this person's home. Anyway, they did one for Colin and Penn, and somebody on Twitter like put up being like, do they even know their own show? Like Colin doesn't even live there. He doesn't know about the stuff. He doesn't know about the staffing issues, and he doesn't pay any bills. Because I saw that about like 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago. I go onto Twitter and I see that like Bridgerton's like trending, and I was like, okay. And there are so many people like making all of these jokes. It's so funny. And someone's like, if Anthony's in India and Colin's across the street and Benedict is for the streets, who's paying the bills? I can't. I thought it was so funny. I've been here giggling when your bestie's spilling tea best. You remember the staffing issues? Sorry, I had to... People on the internet make me laugh. Guys, the annotation supplies are out. This book is beautiful. You know what this book is giving? Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. That's what this book is giving. Like that level of like poetic, beautiful writing. I'm like literally 24 pages in, and listen to this. And isn't it silly to love the way someone's things look like next to yours? Little bits and pieces of lives lived in parallel. Like in a Christmas book? And that's not even the page before that. I highlighted the crap out of as well. I'm loving this. Guys, remember yesterday when I was like, I am not reading any more 5-star books this year. You guys, this book is so good, but I have to just show you something. My stepdad, God love him, just came in and gave me this. How cute is this? He goes, do you want a pink lemonade? I said, we don't have stuff for pink lemonade. And then he made this. Isn't that the cutest little drink? Let's taste it. Oh my God, that is so nice. Yum. This book, you guys, I just love a small town romance. And you know what one of my favorite things is too? I told you guys it's fake dating, friends to lovers, but they're like going around to tell all the people in the town like to practice that they're fake dating, right? And they're telling everyone that they're together, and everybody in the town is literally like clapping them on the back being like, oh, we were waiting for this. Like we knew this would happen. And that's my favorite thing. So good. I'm really loving this. All right, guys, it is 8:33 and I'm about to do something potentially scary. I'm about to get into bed. So the reason that I say it's scary is because, you know, it could be a nice, comfortable reading experience, or I could fall asleep. And if you've seen any of my reading vlogs before, you will know that it happens quite frequently. Anyway, reading update. I'm on page 72 of Love Light Farms. Not very far into it, but I'm loving. But it's also like a book that I feel like I wish I could low-key just like take my time with, because it's just so sweet and I feel like I don't want it to be over. Does that make sense? I'm gonna read a tiny bit more. If I do fall asleep, oh well. I do have to wake up at 1 AM to post a video. So I'll wake up, like I'll set an alarm. So if I do fall asleep, I'll get back up at 1 and keep reading, but we'll see how far we get. Good morning. Where's my stuff? Here it is. Okay, so it is currently, oh my God, 2:22, and I just woke up to post, like I said, some content, and then that took me like an hour to do. So I'm now going to read a little bit more of Love Light Farms. I'm hoping to try and get this done and then potentially get a novella done before 8 o'clock, which is when the 24-hour mark is. So that's in another, what, 6-ish hours. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, it's about to be 4 AM. I'm getting very tired, but I am 210 pages into Love Light Farms, so I've got about 100 pages left. I should have about an hour of reading left. So because it's 4 a.m, I want to just have a quick power nap and then I'll get up and finish this and then hopefully start Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth on my Kindle. That should take me to about 8 o'clock, but I thought I'd give you a reading update. This is so cute. Like, I also like, not only am I enjoying like the relationship and the plot, but like the found family of it all is very, very sweet, very funny, and I can see like other plots forming for other books to come. Does that make sense? Like other couples starting to form, which I love. And one thing I'll say is the plot of this is that obviously they're like fake dating to convince this influencer, like when she comes to the property, that they're like together and that their farm is amazing and blah blah blah. But it took literally like 200 pages before that plot even kicked in, which was a bit odd to me. I feel like it would have been a little bit more effective if she had come earlier in the book. Anyway, you can hear I sound awful. COVID is kicking my butt, so I'm gonna have a little nap and then I'll get up at about 5:30. Hello everybody, it is 8:01, so we've got an hour left. And I have finished Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. I loved this, you guys. I just thought it was like, so far, out of all the Christmas books I've ever read, probably like the strongest. And what I liked about it, I think what I liked about it the most, is it wasn't inherently Christmas. Like, you know how some Christmas books just camp it up so much, and look, that works for a lot of people. But for me, I just think like sometimes it can be too over the top with like all the Christmas references and all the cheese. But this one was really nice because it had the breakup of, like, we had a bit of Halloween in there, bit of Thanksgiving, and then obviously into Christmas. It was really nice. I had the best time from beginning to end, honestly. Like I said to you guys, I love Friends to Lovers. It's just like super strong trope for me. But also, as I was saying, I think in the clip earlier this morning or last night, I love seeing the relationships develop between the other characters, but also like the hints at who we're going to get next. And part of me, low-key, just wants to like sit down and binge the rest of this series, even though I know I should probably wait till their season comes up, you know what I mean? Oh, also guys, such a random note this morning. I just saw that Quicksilver by Callie Hart has been purchased by Netflix to do a film, and that's huge. Usually when, you know, books get purchased by Netflix, the turnaround is super quick. Like, you think about shows like Bridgerton, you think about Heartstopper, like all of those like big books that get turned into films. A, they always eventuate, but B, it's like pretty quick. So I'm so excited for Callie, and I'm excited to see it as a film. I just think it's going to be amazing. Anyways, I got my little peppermint mocha thing this morning, hot chocolate. I tried to put a candy cane in it and it broke, rudely enough. Let's try it. It's good. Anyways, like I said, you guys, there's about an hour left, and I feel like I won't obviously get a whole book done in an hour. So I was looking through my novellas, and I was telling you guys I was thinking of starting Big Nick Energy or My December Darling, because obviously I thought they were novellas. I don't think a novella can be classed as something that's like 294 pages. That's almost 300 pages, which is a whole book. You know, a novella to me is like something that's under 200 pages, 250 at max. So I was like, those are a bit too long, but then I remembered there is this really cute collection of short stories that came out from a bunch of our like favorite romance authors. So like Ali Hazelwood, Tessa Bailey, Olivia Dade, like all those sort of people. And I forget what this is called. It's like, oh, Under the Mistletoe collection, right? And they're super short. So I downloaded 2 of them on my Kindle. I don't know how much I'm going to get through, but the first one is Cruel Winter with You, and that's by Ali Hazelwood. I think this is like 79 pages. And then I got the Tessa Bailey one too, which is Merry Ever After, which again is I think under that 100-page mark. So I'm gonna go with Cruel Winter with You whilst I drink my hot chocolate mocha thing, and I'll keep you guys updated. One thing that I always have to commend Ali Hazelwood for, she will always have me cracking up in the first like 2 pages of her books. They are just so funny. I know like some people say like, you know, she's an author that you grow out of, but it's like, I actually don't think so. I have enjoyed the majority of her books. I don't think any of the books that she's written are ever bad. I just think they're always such a good time and they're so engaging straight away. This is like childhood best friend's brother, sorry. And like there's a little bit where she's like, she had to do a science project and he ended up grabbing it, like that involved like a boiled egg, and he ended up grabbing the egg, cutting it up and like eating it on a piece of toast, and that was like her vendetta against him from that day. I just thought it was so funny. Y'all, I don't know why I want this to be like a full-fledged book. Like I'm already 80% in, and like the backstory, the drama, the angst, like I want this to be a whole book. It's so good. I'm like, Ali, where was this in a full-fledged book? I'm eating it up. Guys, we're done with 3 minutes. Hello? 3 minutes to spare. 3 minutes to spare. Let's go. Hello guys. It's later in the day. I just realized that I did not film an outro or like a little bit of a wrap up for this readathon, so I thought I would do so now. It's definitely, like I said, much later in the day, and I was just filming some other content for TikTok. So let's talk about all the books that I read. So I ended up reading 3 books. So we'll start with this one first. So the first book that I read was A Merry Little Meet Cute. This is by Julie Murphy and Sarah Simone. So I think when I was talking to you guys yesterday about this book, I sort of was like super mad because I was like, oh, the last 100 pages was so unnecessary and just not worth my time, and I was kind of frustrated. And if you guys remember, I was tossing up whether this was a 2.5 star or a 3-star book because I didn't really know how I felt about it. And I was actually talking to one of my other book besties today because she's currently reading this, and I was just sort of saying how, you know, there's really amazing parts of this book, like redeeming qualities to this book, and then the rest of it is just like pretty average, and then the ending sort of annoyed me. But upon reflection and writing my review for it, I'm gonna go with a 3-star and a 2.5 chili spice because the spice was so good. Some of the scenes in this like had me like very flustered. It was very cute. I definitely want to continue this series because the one that was sort of hinted at being next sounds super intriguing. I do also have the other 2 books. I think there's 2 more books after this, and those characters and those storylines just seem a lot more intriguing to me, so I'd be interested to see if it develops and gets a bit better. I might have said this a few times when speaking about this book. I think when authors co-write books, it can be, especially if you're familiar, I guess, with like how an author writes, you can definitely like tell who's written what, but I think maybe another problem that I had with this is it became, again, like inconsistent because, as I said, some moments were really strong and some were not, and it makes me question if, you know, one author is writing the stuff that I'm liking and the other is not. You know, like it's very interesting to me how they have like a cohesive voice throughout the book, if that makes sense. So yeah, 3 stars, 2.5 chilies. I still think it's a solid read, but I'm definitely gonna unhaul this because it's growing mold at the bottom and I don't think I'll ever reread it. Then I read Love Light Farms, and this is by BK Borison. Guys, this is like the biggest surprise of the Christmas books. I know, look, I literally just started reading for the month, but out of all the Christmas books that I've read, like since getting back into reading 2 years ago, this one surprised me the most because, as you guys, if you saw my, you know, 5-star book video, I said that I don't predict getting any 5-star reads in December because the majority of the books are Christmas books, and Christmas books usually don't get above a 4-star rating for me, 3.5 if that, because they're just a bit of fun. They're nothing life-changing. But as you guys saw when I started reading this last night, I literally like pulled my annotation supplies out straight away because I loved this. What I liked about it, and I think why it got higher rating, is because it didn't feel like those absolutely sickeningly sweet Hallmark Christmas movies where like Christmas is embedded into everything. I'm talking the street names, the food, the dress, you know what I mean? Like this felt like I could pick this book up at any point in the year, which I actually really like. It just had such heart. I'm a sucker, as you guys know, and as I've said, for friends to lovers. This was obviously, I think they'd known each other for 10 years before the book started, so like I love that so much. Also, the other characters in this just really funny, and they've set up for the next book that's coming, and I'm so excited because I just feel like I want to binge the rest, even though I should probably wait, because I don't know if I explained the concept of this series. It is the Love Light Farm series, but there are 3 other books in this series and they all are set in a different season of the year. So obviously this is winter. We've then got a spring, summer and fall book as well. So I've actually got Business Casual, which I believe is the fall one, and I didn't get to read it during fall this year, but that's okay. Yeah, part of me just wants to like binge them because, like I said, you could sort of read these at any time of the year if you'd like too. So Love Light Farms got a 4.25 star from me and a 2 chili spice. I just want like so many people to read this book. It is just so good. Perfect amount of spice, romance, great plot. I don't know, I just had a really good time reading it. And like I said last night, maybe I found myself like not wanting to read this during a 24-hour challenge because I wanted to like enjoy it, like not finish it. Does that make sense? And the third and final book that I read was Cruel Winter with You. This is by Ali Hazelwood. So this is part of a little series that Amazon did, or I should say Kindle did, with a bunch of really popular or famous romance authors. So this is the Under the Mistletoe collection. So I saw these sort of starting to float around, and what's really cool about these two is you can get them all on Kindle Unlimited, and they're also on Audible. You can listen and read them at the same time, which is super interesting. This one I just loved. It's only 80 pages. It's basically like a snowed in situation, but we have a best friend's brother, guy falls first sort of dynamic, and you're trying to figure out like why these two are not in a good place when the book starts. And it's so good. The one thing that I will say about this book, you guys, and I maybe said it during the footage, I wish this was like a full-fledged book. Like I would have sat and read a full book about these characters, a full book. The story was really interesting and really compelling for it only being 80 pages, and I could definitely see it being fleshed out to be a proper, at least maybe 300-page romance book. Ali Hazelwood's writing is just so addictive to me. Like she always makes me laugh so hard. Her characters are super lovable, the plots are super strong, and it's just really a lot of fun. So I ended up giving this book a 3.5 star and a 1 chili spice because there was one cute little spicy scene thrown in at the end. I just want to get my phone because I want to look up, oh, it's in my butt. What? It's in my pocket. I just want to look up what the other books in this series are. Yeah, so there are 5 books in this collection, like I said. So you have Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. You have Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. You have All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandria Belfer. And Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria. So they're super small. Like I said, you guys, you can listen and read them on Kindle Unlimited and on Audible. And they're all under 100 pages, like super bingeable. So like part of me wants to sit down and just like binge them now. So yeah. That's all the books I read. Alrighty, you guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking through all the way to the end. If you did, I really appreciate it. Have you guys read any of the Christmas books that I read today? Please let me know because I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Slash, like, what are some Christmas books that you guys are super excited to binge this month? Because I feel like it's the time, right? It's the time to do it. As always, you guys, if you aren't already, you are more than welcome to follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. I'll leave my handles on the screen and in the description box. And if you'd like to, you can like this video and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you are hitting the notification bell, that way you're notified each time a brand new video goes up. Because tomorrow, guys, it is Bookmas day number 11. We only have 2 more days to go, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what I've got for you tomorrow. Hello guys, it's Editing Bella here. I totally forgot to tell you guys what tomorrow's video is, but it is my most exciting video and probably my favorite Bookmas video that I have set aside for you guys. Tomorrow we are doing the 2024 Book Boyfriend Awards ceremony, okay? My top 10 book boyfriends, they're all gonna get like little awards. We're gonna have a chat. I'm so excited. It's my favorite video, so make sure you are tuned in for that one. Thank you guys so much for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a lovely day or a lovely night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.